Hey, hey, good morning. How is everybody? Top of the morning to ya. So today I'm coming to you with 10 tips to make your RV life easier. It's a silly morning. This is my third take on this video. Oh my gosh, I just did this video and I found out there was no sound. Oh. What a day. Anyway, first of all, before we start this video, see this? And this? And this? And maybe this little black mark under my eye? See there? I got slapped with a bungee cord, okay? I'm okay. But I could hear my grandmother saying, "You're gonna put your eye out." More than likely, no. Anyhow, today I'm coming to you with 10 tips to make life easier while you're RVing or living in your van. Well, a couple of these don't pertain to a van, but while you're being a nomad. How's that? And today I thought I would give you some beautiful scenery here. Isn't that gorgeous? Yeah, I did a short morning hike this morning, and I knew I had to get back and get this tape, but I'm going to head out again after lunch. So, number 1, empty all tanks before you leave. I said it. That's one of those mornings. Anyhow, I empty all of my tanks before I head out in the morning. And I do that for a reason. Instead of getting just 8 miles to the gallon, because I have a 30-foot rig, I get 10. And I know that 10 isn't a lot, but when it's an extra 2 gallons at 100 miles, that adds up. This girl's always been frugal, and to me, it's important to get as much as I can. You know, it's a real pain, I have to say, that when you get to your destination, you have to stop and get your propane and your water and gasoline and all of that. But the fact is that to save the extra $2, you know, and get the extra 2 miles per gallon, it's worth it to me. Because I'm always excited when I hit a new destination, and I always want to hurry up and just get it done. But the fact is that sometimes it's better you have to travel light. Let me take these off. I can't even see me anyway. What the hell? Oh, there goes a car. Did y'all see him? Anyways, look at that view. Ain't it beautiful? So empty your tanks, and when you get to your destination, go ahead and fill your tanks up. Okay, the next one is, oh God, I got in this big old fight with this guy on Facebook over this next issue. The question on Facebook was, what do you do to maintain your black water tank? Well, of course, we put chemicals down. The cheapest place is Walmart. But I do not flush the toilet paper in my RV. I throw it in the trash can in the bathroom. Actually, a bee at the girls. Anyhow, I'm telling you, I'm just having a morning. So I keep, you know, the little baby diaper wipe things, the little plastic containers. I keep one of those in my bathroom, and that's where I stuff my discarded toilet paper. I don't want anything blocking up my black water tank. And the fact of the matter is, the people who I bought this RV off of had to have that black tank replaced already. And this rig's only 8 years old, but there was so much toilet paper plastered on the bottom that it actually ate the bottom of it out. So, just safer not to flush the toilet paper. It just is. And I'll even go one step further. You know how our tanks, I have a 55 fresh water, and I have 2 25, one gray, one black. You'll never use 25 gallons on that black tank. So sometimes when I do dishes, I'll take the dishwater, because I use a dish pan, and I'll dump it down my black tank to kind of liquefy. Keep the stuff moving, if you know what I mean. And I don't want to be graphic, but it does really help to, when it comes time to empty those tanks, for everything to kind of flow freely. So anyway, that's an extra tip in there. Okay, the next one is, now, extra water. I have a 55-gallon tank on this baby. Good old Betty Sue. And a freshwater tank, but I also carry an extra 20 gallons of fresh water. 5 of it is drinking water I buy from the market. 15 are refilled 1-gallon jugs. And I do that for a reason. That's what enabled me to stay a full 14 days, you guys, the last time. I know people, nomads who've been trying to stay 14 days for a long time and they still ain't got it figured out. To me, it was very simple. It's very simple. Make sure you buy enough supplies. Make sure you have enough water. Make sure you're using biodegradable soaps and shampoos and body soap, because these trees and bushes in this desert need watered. Just saying. So anyhow, I take those 15 gallons and I put them in a plastic bag when they're empty, a big green or black lawn bag. And then when I stop to fill up my freshwater tank, I just fill them up. I always have 20 extra gallons of drinking water, of water on board, besides my 55-gallon tank. It really does help, you guys. And it only takes a few minutes to fill those 15 gallons out by the hose anyway. Just stick a hose in each one, fill them up, put the lids on, put them back. Simple. Okay, solar lights and battery-operated lights. You know, I'm a miser. I've always been frugal. And I find myself even frugal with my electricity. Because I have a 100-watt panel and 1 battery. It's a 12-volt, but still. You know, I can only get so much energy out of 1 battery. I got to buy another battery. But after the wheels and after the tires... Ain't life grand. But anyhow, you know, I only get so much energy out of my solar. And my house battery as well. Sorry, guys. And my house battery as well. So, I use solar sticks outside. I put some in front, behind, and on each side of my rig, because if you're inside at night and you look out, can't see a thing in these deserts, in the wilderness, in the woods, anywhere. It's dark. It's dark outside. You can't see nothing. And that time that my tire got slashed, it was frustrating because I did look out my windows and couldn't see nothing. And so if I can look out my windows and see somebody doing something to my RV, I can take care of it at that moment. Yeah. Oh yeah. You know, guns, we carry those for a reason. So anyhow, but for another reason is the places that I camp, I'm not in a city and I'm not in an RV park. It's dark. And so if people come rolling in late at night, I don't want them hitting my RV. We don't have a rule out here that you can't come in after 10. You know, people pull in all hours of the night and they leave all hours of the morning. So, with that being said, I use the solar lights outside. I even have a solar motion detector light out front. Beautiful. It's great. You can get it at Home Depot. It's really worth having. Now, as far as the battery operated the battery operated lights I have inside, I have one in my bathroom for middle of the night visits, and I have them in my bedroom. Same thing. And I have them in my living room because, yeah, I have a house battery that gets charged every day. I have to run my generator. But to save my battery, again, after a couple hours, I turn my battery-operated lights on because at the dollar store, I can get batteries really cheap. And they last in these little lights because they're all LED lights. And by the way, if you don't have LED lights in your rigs, you need to get them. You get them on eBay and Amazon really cheap. I got like 50 for 19 bucks. Can't beat it. So I've replaced all my lights in the house. But get LED lights, you guys. And get solar and battery operated lights. Save that electricity. It'll also help you in the long run. You won't be using as much money in gas for your generators. Like really. Anyway, I told you I'm a miser. Okay, number 5. When I do dishes, like I said, I use a dish pan. I did when I was in a house or an apartment. I will dump that water down my black tank to keep things liquid. Okay, And I mentioned that just a minute ago about my black tank and not toilet paper, but that's tip number 5, is pour some of that water. Share, equal out your gray and your black tank. Your gray tank will fill up way faster than that black tank. And the fact is, you're only going to use a quarter of that black tank at any given time. If there's more than one, you might get to a half of it, but I doubt it. So equal out your tanks. Dump some of that used water down that black tank. It's not going to hurt. It's actually going to help things to clean out and move freely. I know, third time doing this. I want it done. Okay. Tip number 6. I'm tongue-tied this time. I will take in the morning 2 of my gallon jug waters, mosquito, and I will set it out in the sun in a clear jug. This is the jug I got, and I will let it sit there all day. Now around 4 or 5, I check the heat of that water. The water is usually perfect for washing my hair 3 times a week. Remember, I wash my hair in the sink 3 times a week. I shower twice a week. So I will heat my water outside. Instead of using my power to turn on my water pump, turn on my hot water heater, I just simply set it out in the sun and let the sun take care of it. You could do this for your dishes as well. You'll find that it saves you, because when you get out here, you're not going to be doing dishes 3 times a day. You probably won't even do dishes once a day because you're saving water. And so, with that being said, try to save on your black tank and your gray tank as well, in the way of what you put down it. And always, always, always buy biodegradable, all natural soaps, guys. I mean, really. It's a little extra, but it's worth it. Okay, number 7. Put a chair in your shower. I'm sorry. I'm really thirsty. I just got done walking. Put a chair in your shower. A few years ago, I put in a chair from a bad injection, and I had a shower chair. It's the best thing I've put in my shower. I don't have a shower that has a tub attached, or a half a tub with a little seat. I have a full-size shower, and I don't get to stand under my shower anymore for 30 minutes. Cooling off or enjoying the hot water. So I have a removable shower head. I'll sit down on my chair and I will shave my legs sitting there, my pits. I wash my hair, my body. I'm telling you, it puts the enjoyment back in to showering. Not only does it put the enjoyment back in, it's more relaxing to be able to sit there and turn the water on and off and rinse off. It's just a much more pleasant atmosphere. And the last video I went into people who don't shave, but I'll save you guys that one, okay? I have to say this. Men come from all over the world to see and be with American women. Why? Because we're feminine. Now, there's something about a woman who has a nice shaved legs and armpit. And if you did that before your RV, do that in your RV. You know what I mean? You didn't come out here to become a Nathaniel or a cave woman. You're still a beautiful woman. Treat yourself with respect and love, and continue to do the things you used to do when you were in a stick and brick. Okay? Just saying. Anyhow. Our refrigerator, number 8, our refrigerator has a spot for 1 gallon jug. That's it. So, if you like iced tea and you make sun tea, or if you buy juice, even a half a gallon, you don't have no room for it. If you buy sodas, you're not having room for them. I have found a solution of repurposing water bottles. Those little 16-ounce water bottles, if I am going to buy another gallon of milk, and I have a half a gallon left, I will save a few of them, and I will put milk in those to store them. My iced tea, I will take 6 bottles, pour it in a jug, make my iced tea, and when my tea is done out in the sun, I pour it right back in the bottles. It really helps. It saves room, and you're able to fit it into your refrigerator. You can do it with juice, You can do it with milk. You can do it with soda. You can do it with all those things. So anything that's in a container that's too big for your refrigerator, save some of those water bottles, you guys. Repurpose them. Fill them up. Put them back in that fridge. Oh, God, what a day. All right. Number 9, in the morning, I do not use a plug-in coffee pot. I use a little aluminum camp coffee pot. Now, in the morning, my rig is cold. I don't care how hot it was the day before. It's chilly inside my house in the morning. Instead of turning the heat on, I heat my coffee. I put my coffee on. It takes 5 to 10 minutes to brew a pot of coffee in one of those camp stoves. And by the time I'm done, my house is heated up from me using my stove to make my coffee. Make your breakfast at the same time. But that is saving you propane. It's saving you electricity because you're not having to use your electric starter. I mean, it is a real help because heaters, onboard heaters, will suck your energy and your gas so fast your head will spin. So use your stove to heat your RV in the morning or in the evening. Make a pot of coffee. How simple, right? Multitasking, double duty time. Okay, number 10, and I've mentioned this too. There goes a car. You'll see him in a minute. Just wait. Here he goes. Wait, here he comes. Here he comes. Whoop, where the hell did he go? Wow, I lost him. Oh, well, here comes another one. I wonder if I'm at a weird angle. Anyhow, okay, I do not install my solar on my RV at all. It's not on my roof. It's not on the sides. It is free standing. The reason is because if there's a shade spot that I can park my rig under, I'm going to park it in the shade. Just a fact. If I have my solar on my roof or on my house, I have to figure out which way to park. And if it's on the roof, you're going to be in the sun constantly. I don't want my RV weather damaged if I can help it, especially the roof. So with that being said, I am able to take my solar out. If I had 10 panels, I would pull my solar out every day and move it to follow the sun. I get a full charge 3 times a day if I want it. But it helps me to preserve my RV. Because once you start drilling holes and putting it on top or putting it on the side, you have to park a certain direction. You just do. And I'm going to tell you, there are certain times you can't park that way. Or my rule of thumb is always park that I can exit in a hurry if I have to. And if I have it on one side of my RV, I can't always do that. If I have it on the other, I can't always do that. Now, I have to say that if I ever do mount my solar panels on my RV, it will be on the side so that it can do double time, and it can not only be solar charging, but it can be an awning. I've seen a really cool video about that, and I will absolutely do that if I ever decide to mount my solar. But right now, you guys, I've got 15, 16 line of cord. I just pull it out, prop it up, and it moves with the sun every day. It takes me 5 minutes max to set up my solar every morning. That's not a big deal when I can park any way I want. That was number 10. Now, for number 11, last one, you guys, and this is a bonus. Well, actually, I gave you 12 today, but we won't tell. When you're traveling in an RV, no matter how well you pack up when you leave, when you go to open that refrigerator after you're done, the stuff is going to fall out. My trick is bungee cords. I have 3 racks in there. I take 3 bungee cords and put it across the stuff. Nothing now falls out when I open my refrigerator after a move. I also put it on my cabinets. Now, they have locks. They're made not to fly open. But depending on what you got in there, if you make a sharp turn, all that weight hitting that door is going to open it. So I bungee cord all of that shut. I do. I just do. So that's another little tip to help you on your journey. I was thinking this morning about my house. And no matter where my view is, isn't that gorgeous? No matter if I've got trees there, or I've got desert there, or I got city there, one thing that's constant is my home. You know, when we move, it always takes us a minute to get comfortable and to walk in the door and go, ah, this is home. With your RV, no matter where you park, no matter what your new front yard looks like, no matter what your new backyard looks like, when you walk in the door of that RV, it's like, ah, I'm home. You're in my prayers, you're in my thoughts, and remember to love yourself, because if you don't love you, ain't nobody gonna love you. Peace. Bye-bye.